Greetings everyone, this is Jed Schlackman, and in this video I'll be leading you through a meditation using the sounds of crystal bowls. This particular meditation will be for the intention of healing on an ancestral level. If we think about our ancestors, we can recognize that each of them as a living organism and the personality associated with that organism was seeking to survive and thrive as best they could in their physical environment and their social environment. So our ancestors at certain times may have been dealing with significant stresses, significant challenges and traumas, difficult situations that they attempted to cope with in the best manner that they could. Some of those coping mechanisms have been passed along to us in the present. In a sense, we actually have access to all of the memories and learned coping mechanisms that our ancestors developed. So there's a field of information that we connect to on the genetic level that contains all that memory. For any living species, part of that species evolution is to accumulate that information so that future generations will have access to it so that they can deal with whatever stresses or challenges arise using that experience of the previous generations. However, often those coping mechanisms or ways of responding to stresses are activated in our present time and applied to a situation that doesn't really resonate well or correspond well with that particular coping mechanism. So your body may respond to something as if it was responding to something that happened to an ancestor of yours, even though the present circumstance is not really the same. Similarly, with psychological stresses, we're often responding to things based on what was functional or what seemed to work for our ancestors in their situation, yet our present situation is actually different. And in order for us to find greater health and wholeness, we would actually need to respond in a different manner. So we can set our intention to be more healthy and whole and to only use or apply the mechanisms learned or developed by our ancestors that are truly for our benefit or our highest good in the here and now, and to release or let go of, to deactivate any particular reactions or coping responses that are no longer serving us, even though they might have been the best available mechanism for our ancestors to use at the time that our ancestors were living. So we set this intention to clear these patterns and programs on this genetic or ancestral level so that we can live more fully in the present, so that we can tune into an even greater potential, perhaps from the soul level, to deal with our current life situation and circumstances in an optimal manner that will be most functional for our health and well-being right here and right now. And we can honor our ancestors, understanding that whatever behavior patterns or whatever biological reactions they developed were in some way functional for them at the time that occurred. And whatever they developed, whatever experiences, whatever memories they've passed along, those give us greater potential to respond to life. And so we can honor and thank them for that, for what they've contributed to our potential. However, we would like for our potential to go even further, to expand beyond whatever limitations our ancestors may have had. So we want to connect to an even greater field of information and consciousness, to what you could call the divine field or source field, to an infinite potential, to a source of balance and wholeness. So with that in mind, or in our consciousness at this time, I'll be sharing the sounds of these singing bowls. And as you hear and feel those sound vibrations, just allow them to wash through you, to help you release any tension, any restrictive patterns, any disharmonies or dysfunctions, letting those sounds ripple through time and space so that they can bring healing on the ancestral level to that field of consciousness that's not limited to your present time, so that all of those personalities, all of those beings you are connected to, can also benefit from this energy, from this higher consciousness. So as the sound settles, just feel yourself relaxed and settled also, bathed in those waves of sound, your field of energy and consciousness refreshed, revitalized, reattuned to a limitless source, to the highest spiritual essence, free to embrace and embody that essence in each moment, to be healthy and whole, to be filled with love and gratitude, to live with joy, with passion and purpose. I appreciate each of you for your time that you've taken to view this video. I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful day. Namaste.